welcome you on our platform. So I hope you have taken the first class and you have idea about how to find the unit. This is a very similar class to this, but next topic I have taken, that is dimensions. What is dimension? It is just like units. We have to measure this any quantity. We have taken the units, so we have taken the dimension to represent what is the dimension of this blackboard. How can you define its length is this? You can say its breadth is this. You can say that thickness is something. So dimension is again simple represented in terms of units. It can say very similar. It is used to represent a quantity. It is used to measure a quantity. Now I am going to take the class on dimensions, on how to find dimensions. I am again going to give you the 7 dimensions. First fundamental we have taken about length, it's represented by L, and this big bracket. Length is represented by L, but dimension is always represented in a big bracket. Fine, there is no such condition with the unit. Fine. Length has L. If I take about mass has M. If we talk about time has dimension. So in mechanics means till class 11th of first book, we are going to deal mainly with these M and T, mass, length, time, mass, length. Fine. If I take current, so current has its I or A. If I take number of particles, it has mole. If I take luminous intensity, it has a candela. Fine. So mainly we will deal with this. This is the similar class where how we have find the units. We are going to find the dimensions. How? First, suppose I have to find the dimension of speed. I am going to start with the very basic. What is the unit of speed? We are finding meter per second. But now I have to represent a speed in terms of dimensions. The speed has a formula of what? It has a distance divided by time. It means length is represented by L T. We are going to represent LT minus 1. This is the unit of or unit dimensions of speed. Fine. What will be the dimensions of velocity? Will it be same? Why? Because velocity is defined as displacement, and we are talking about the dimensions, and dimension of distance or displacement will be same. Means distance divided by time will be LT minus 1. If we talk about displacement divided by time, it will also be LT minus 1. Fine. Now I am going to give you to find the acceleration. Find it by pausing the video and then match your answer. Acceleration is defined as change in velocity. This is something represented by fine. In last video, some students were asking about this. Sir, we are minusing velocity to velocity. Will it no? It will be 0. So I am going to give you. If we are going to we are finding the units. It means we are finding 5 rupees minus 2 rupees. Answer will be in rupees. We are not considering the quantity. We are considering the units. It means I am going to minus rupees. 2 rupees, answer will be in rupees. Fine, it will not be 0. It depends on the quantity. We are not taking the quantity or magnitude of this. Fine. So, if we are going to velocity minus velocity, it will be nothing but velocity. And unit of velocity is nothing but LT minus 1. This is again time. This is LT minus 2. Fine. I hope you have find the correct answer. Next, you have to find the momentum. All these are the same quantities that you have found the units for in the last video. What will be the momentum? Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. Unit of mass is m, not dimension of mass is m, or LT minus 1. Fine. If I say that about force, just find it about the force. What will be the dimension of this force? Find this by pausing. Force is nothing but mass into acceleration. What will be the definition or dimension of force? Mass, it will be m. This is LT minus 2. This will be dimension of your force. Now work. We have also worked about in last video. Just recall this formula of work. This was nothing. Force into displacement. What was force? We have find the force here. This is mLT minus 2 multiplied with displacement. Displacement is dimensionally represented by L. 2L, it will give you mL square T minus 2. mL square T minus 2 is the dimension of the work. Fine. Now I am going to give you some questions that you have to find yourself, then I will give you the solution. You have to find the gravitational constant. What will be the dimension of this gravitational constant? Fine. So you know the gravitational force is nothing but G m1 m2 by r square. Fine. Where m1 m2 representing mass, r is the distance. What will be the value of g? G will be nothing but f r square m1 m2. Force is mLT minus 2. Find r square is L square. This is your mass. Mass is represented by m square. So if I am going to solve all this, m has power of 1, m has power of 2, it will get minus m minus 1. L has power of 3, or T has minus 2. This is the dimensional formula for your G. Fine. I hope you find the correct answer. Next. There are some constants. Like if I say a number 5, what is the dimension? So it is a dimensionless quantity. Fine. It is a dimensionless quantity. So it is represented by just a big bracket. Fine. So if I say that time period is represented, this is T representing your time, K L by G. What is dimension for this? What is dimension for this? L is representing your length and G is representing your acceleration due to gravity. Fine. Now I'm going to find the dimension of this. What will I do? I'm going to square both the sides. It will make the equation easier. T square will be K square L by G. We have to find K square. K square is nothing but T square G by L. Find T is what? T is your time. It is represented by T square. G is what? Acceleration due to gravity. So mainly it is acceleration. We have found acceleration in this class. It is nothing but LT minus 2. And what is about this L? This L has length of L. And this is your K square dimension for K square. Fine. I am going to take this. This is your T plus 2. This is T minus 2. Cancelled out. L cancelled out. It means K square has nothing. It means this K has no dimension. So we know this K is a dimensionless quantity. This is a dimensionless quantity. Fine. And if you are very familiar with the physics, you know this formula. T is nothing but 2 pi root over L by Z. Fine. This is proved that K value of K is 2 pi and 2 pi is a dimensionless. So it is verifying our answer that it is a dimensionless quantity. Fine. Now this 2 pi has no dimension. So how will you represent? Just by a big bracket. Fine. Please note it down. It is very important. For next, I am going to give you another. I have given you the main concept or idea about how to find the dimensions. You can find the dimensions for any physical quantity, but there are some quantities that has no dimension. For example, if I say angle, what is the formula for angle? In class 10th mathematics, you have studied, must have studied about this. This theta. Theta is angle. This is nothing but arc length. This is arc length by radius. Fine. Arc length has dimension of L, radius has dimension of L, G. Angle is again a dimensionless quantity. Angle has no dimensions. Fine. Now, I am going to take you another subtopic of dimension. It is known as principle of homogeneity. Fine. Principle of homogeneity. What does it mean or what does it represent? Just remember. चल दो चलो बीच में से हटा देना ये वाला पार्ट फिर चलना. Fine. So I was asking about principle of homogeneity. Fine. What is it? It is the same that if we are adding some quantity with some other quantity, then both have the same dimension. Means if you are adding A plus B, answer is giving you C. It means dimension of A will be dimension of B will be equal to dimensions of C. This is very common. We all have observed that. Means we can add two substance or two things if they are similar. Suppose we are adding rupees to rupees, answer will also be rupees. We cannot add kg plus rupees. We cannot add time plus distance. Fine. So if we are adding A plus B, means if it is in terms of rupees, it is rupees. Answer will also be rupees. We cannot add time plus length. Fine. So principle of homogeneity says that if we are adding or subtracting, this is also similar for subtraction. If we are adding or subtracting two quantities and getting an answer, then dimension of all three will be equal. Fine, we all have studied or familiar about this. Now, this is a very important topic and NEET exams especially prefer one question from this. I am giving you a very simple question. After that, I am give you the competitive question of level of competitions like NEET. For example, if I say that length is represented by at square plus bt, where t is time. A and b are two constants. We have to find the dimension of A, we have to find the dimension of B. And we know according to principle of homogeneity, dimension of this will be dimension of this, dimension of this will be same. So we can say this, if this is length, it means at square must be length. Q. Why? Because according to principle of homogeneity, both have same dimension. At square as L, A, it will be L, T square has dimension of T. I have seen this T is representing time. L T square, this is LT minus 2. Fine, this is the dimension of A. If I am going to say, what is this value of A? What will you say? LT square, we have find this is nothing but dimension of acceleration. Fine. Second, for if we take what? B. B is what? BT. Dimension will be equal to L. LT minus 1. It is again LT minus 1. We are familiar about this. This is nothing but velocity. So using this, you can always find the value or dimension of any constant things. Fine. Now I am going to give you some answer. Now find the dimensions of this. Suppose pressure is represented by A into length plus B length square plus C this P is your pressure. A has a constant, L represented by L, and this is also represented by length. And we have to find the dimensions of A and B. What will we do? I have given you the idea. All three have the same dimensions, so dimension of AL will be the dimension of pressure, and pressure is defined as force, means pressure has formula of force per unit area. I can say that MLT minus 2, area has L square. Fine. Now what will be the dimension of A? This is nothing but MLT minus 2 L square. One L will also be included. This means this L will be cancelled out. A has dimension of ML minus 2 T minus 2. Fine. For B, I am going to do same thing. For B, B will be also equal to pressure. Pressure we have find M and T minus 2 by L square. B has also L square. So it will be M and T minus 2 L square by, again, this L square will go downward. L will be cancelled out. This is nothing but L2 plus 1 minus 3 T minus 2. So this gives you represented by ML minus 3 T minus 2. All these type of questions were asked in examination like NEET and PMT, JEE. Now I am to give you some questions that you have to do it yourself. For example, if I say 50 sine this is suppose I am giving you a constant k, t minus, again I am giving you k dash x. Fine, we have to find the dimension of k, where k dash is represented by 2 pi by lambda. What is 2 pi? 2 pi has no dimensions, Lambda has dimension of length. I have given you the enough hint for this question. Question is uh, a sine 50 sine kt minus k dash x is where k dash is represented by 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi has no dimension, lambda has dimension of length. You have to find the dimension of t. Try it yourself and try to give me the answer of this.